seems like a neat idea. Find out how the company is destroying small businesses, tanking its stock, and generally bumming everyone out. And the man formerly known as Lex Luthor, Mr. Michael Rosenbaum, will be here live to talk about his new movie, Hit and Run. And now, Candace, talk to me.
Hello, Neil. How you doing?
Good, Beth.
All right. On today's Around the Net, I will show off an especially acrobatic dog and a homicidal sliding door. It's true. And we've got an artist profile of illustrator Alex Pardee, who created all the art for the film Sucker Punch, has his own apparel company, and produced cover art for bands like The Used. Now, let's squeeze a Neil Brennan and see what shakes loose.
It's pretty awesome.
I shook you.
That was pretty awesome. Yesterday, Prince Harry of England was photographed naked playing strip pool in Las Vegas. Nice. We're not permitted to show the Prince naked, so here's a picture of Prince naked. In one of the pictures, Prince Harry is holding the family jewels. In the other one, he has a topless girl bent over in front of him in a sexual position, which is pretty much what Britain did to India for hundreds of years. It's very upsetting, and I'm sure the Queen is rolling over in her grave. What's that now? She's alive? How? That broad is a zombie. Look, I'm disappointed in Harry because he's a dude, and dudes should not get naked in front of a camera ever, especially in a well-lit room. The darkness, fellas, was invented to hide our shame. The male body is disgusting. First God said, "Let there be light." Then he created a naked man. Then he said, "You know what? Let there be dark again." Seriously. Anyhow, sorry you didn't win in Vegas, Harry. In the meantime, enjoy being a 27-year-old billionaire with absolutely no responsibilities whatsoever. Here's a good lesson for today's world. Never do for yourself what you can ask everyone else to do for you. Crowdsourcing dates back to the days when my brothers used to tie me to go buy them cigarettes. And right now, the National Research Council is crowdsourcing for ideas on the future of NASA. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Wrong. Asking the internet for help is like asking Lenny from Of Mice and Men to look after your rabbits. Who cares what Americans think? We just put a robot on Mars and Honey Boo Boo on TV instead of the other way around. I haven't checked, but I assume the best the web came up with so far was to tell NASA to find dark matter, then suck it, and launch big rockets up its butt. Here's how this is going to play out. If we're up to the internet, then I can tell you the future of space in 2 words. Moon porn. It's the ultimate, especially if you get off on choking. You've undoubtedly heard about websites like Groupon and Living Social, which offer extremely cheap daily deals on cool stuff like fine dining, wine tasting, kayaking, and other stuff white people do in herpes commercials. Since 2008, Groupon has made millions by selling deals to customers that businesses simply can't handle. As a result, Groupon stock has been beaten so badly that it's thinking of getting back together with Chris Brown. Let me explain how to make bank the Groupon way. First, offer small businesses extremely cheap deals like 2-for-1 bikini waxes and a hot air balloon. Then promise the business free advertising, half the profit, and a new customer base. But instead, the owner will get flooded with more customers that they can take care of, late checks from Groupon, and angry 1-star Yelp reviews. Sure, some are legitimate, but most bad Yelp reviews are just sad cries for help. Here's one on my phone right now. My entree was cold. Also, I've never felt the touch of a woman. Google terrible Groupon experience and read the results. They're pretty startling. Do not Google terrible groping experiences unless you like Penn State football. Thank you. But don't take my word for it. Analyst Rocky Agrawal will be here after the break to talk Groupon. Stick around. talking about how Groupon exploits small business owners. Now, let's learn more. Please welcome a regular contributor to CNBC, Bloomberg TV, and VentureBeat, Rocky Agrawal, everybody.
Hi there.
Yeah. Rocky, all right, so just break it down. What's the problem? What's the problem with Groupon?
The biggest problem is they ask merchants to give up too much. If you buy a Groupon for $20 worth of products, you pay $10 and Groupon takes $5 of that. So the business sold $20 worth of product for $5, and you just can't do that for very long and stay in business.
Are there any like really, really bad horror stories? Specific?
You know, I think the biggest horror story was I was sitting across from a owner of a coffee shop in Portland, Oregon. She'd done a Groupon. She said she lost $10,000 on the deal because so many people came in. They had a $10 Groupon, and it's really hard to spend $10 at a coffee shop. So they would sit there and try to figure out how to spend $10, and most of them didn't come back. And you know, she'd lost a lot of money on the deal.
But is she still in business?
Barely. I think she's been able to get back on her feet. There have been a lot of other cases I know of where businesses have gone under after doing a Groupon.
I mean, is there any... The idea is that you'll get more customers. Does that ever happen?
You get a lot of customers at the get-go. Unfortunately, about 60% of them, if you're a restaurant, are your existing customers. So you just took a huge loss on people who would have come in anyway. And then the other 20 to 30% who are new from Groupon, they might have come from 15, 20 miles away just to get the discount, and then they'll be off to the next discount. They're not going to be long-term customers for you.
So these people hit it and quit it? Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly, exactly.
And then what's the deal with is Groupon suing people?
You know, I've gotten some complaints that sales reps are threatening to sue businesses in order to get them to continue to on the Groupon. I've had a number of businesses who had bad experiences. They had terrible customers, and they said, you know what, I want to stop my Groupon. And the sales reps have, according to these businesses, said, if you do that, we will sue you. Now, Groupon corporate is saying this doesn't happen, but that's what I've heard from small businesses.
I heard that they threatened to kill people's dog. I don't know. I said, look, I'm just telling you what I heard. And how has this affected Groupon stock?
Well, Groupon's stock is off more than 75% since they went public last year.
Oof.
So that's a better deal than most Groupons. But I still wouldn't recommend anybody buying it.
And then what would you, if you were going to take over Groupon, what would you do to fix it?
You know, I think the first thing I would do is get rid of the 3,000 or so people that they have writing that copy that nobody reads. There's a lot of pithy copy, or so they think, and it doesn't do anything for the business. That's where I'd start.
There's 3,000 people doing that?
Something like that. They employ a lot of writers and a lot of salespeople. It's definitely not a technology company.
We only have 2,000 people writing the monologue, so that's... Is there anything good about Groupon? Like at all? Like what should is there anything positive for consumers?
You know, if you like laser hair removal or bikini waxes, those are probably pretty good deals. If you're looking at restaurants or bars or anything like that, I would probably stay away from that. I'd stay away from the travel deals, but anything that involves a laser is probably a good bet.
You know, I need actually a laser treatment. I'm going to talk to you after the break. And what they said that you had like a really good job, and then you stopped doing that so that you could focus on more sort of consumer activist stuff?
Well, I've spent the last year or so writing about Groupon just for free because I thought it was terrible for the small business. You know, all these small businesses for the last 12 years or so that the internet companies have been going after them. Companies like Groupon, Yelp, Living Social have been selling terrible deals to these small businesses, and I thought somebody had to stand up for them.
Was there like a tipping point for you?
I think it was just talking to the small businesses and seeing them literally cry when they were talking about these deals. So somebody's got to do something about this.
Had you done anything like that before in your life, like where you're like, you know what, that's enough? Like, are you like an
Absolutely
activist
not.
kind of
guy? I'm not an activist kind of guy. I've been mostly a pretty straight-laced corporate kind of guy.
Yeah, I can tell. Look, Rocky, you're a good man, and we appreciate you showing up and talking to us about this. It's really interesting.
Glad to be here.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you want some Candace? Take it, Candace.
What? Go ahead. I will will show you the videos I found for today's Around the Net, including a dog playing with its balls. And later, Michael Rosenbaum is here from a hit and run, a romantic car chase flick. Thanks. Okay, so Neil, what's one thing you've learned about me this week?
Candace, I hate to pick just one.
Well, if you had to pick one, what would it be?
Oh, it's easy that you love animals.
Obviously. The only thing that can make them better? Oversized toys.
That's what...
I love this video. I watched it like 5 times over
That
and
actually
over
was
and
more
over.
entertaining to me than the entire Olympics.
Yes.
Enjoy this video now because you're not going to like it quite as much 6 months from now when you get it emailed to you by your mom, who got it from your aunt, who forwarded it to her from Karen in HR.
Very true. Now, Neil, I can't say if the guy in the next video is drunk, but I can say that he is allegedly drunk. There you have it.
That dude is the worst Kool-Aid man ever. Hey, Kool-Aid!
I don't even understand how someone could be that drunk.
You really?
Have you ever been that drunk?
I'm not. That's not my thing.
No.
I'm
Alcohol's not your thing?
No, it's not
Okay.
my thing. I'm more of a cocaine guy. Kidding. Never done. I've literally never touched it.
Me neither.
Snorted it. No, I'm kidding. I've never done it. No, yeah, no. That people love alcohol. People love getting drunk.
They do, clearly, as in the video.
Yeah.
Okay, my last video is pretty great because it's a biking video.
Does that mean someone crashes into and/or falls off of something?
Actually, for once, no.
What? Show me this video. You know what's crazy?
Awesome. What?
He actually stole that bike from Seth Green.
You know what's crazy? I used to date Seth Green.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How?
And that's about accurate.
Candace, you know what they say about guys with tiny bikes?
What? What
That
do
they
say?
have relatively giant penises.
Do they say that?
Yeah, if you put a tiny bike next, forget it.
Okay, that makes sense. I love the tiny bike because I love almost all things that are tiny. So, I have my almost, y'all, I said almost all, okay? I didn't say everything tiny, but I have my tiny spoons and forks that I like to eat with, and a tiny bike would be great to add to the collection. I have little tiny dogs.
I have a collection of regular-sized spoons.
That's no fun.
Toss something.
All right, that's all I got for you today.
Yeah! And speaking of bikes, there hasn't been a good bike movie since, well, ever. Sorry, Quicksilver.
Can Premium Rush change that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You have to be a little suicidal to bob and weave your way through New York City traffic on a bicycle.
Hey, give me the envelope.
In Premium Rush, Joseph Gordon-Levitt displays his cycling skills as a bike messenger who's being pursued by a dirty cop out to settle a debt.
You have no idea what's coming for you.
Would you say that being a bike messenger is probably one of the most dangerous jobs in America?
I would say it's definitely dangerous. We got to talk to a lot of real bike messengers, and I just remember some of their stories. It was crazy, scary, because there's nothing protecting you. You're on a bike.
How much of that were stunt folks and how much of that were you guys?
There's 5 of us that play this character. One's a Hollywood stuntman who's good at getting hit by cars. One's a real live bike messenger who can ride crazy fast through traffic. One guy's super good on trials bikes, and one guy can do tricks on a track bike. So all of them come together to play this character, and what it means is that the action is not fake.
But a lot of the writing we did ourselves as well, because the whole movie we're riding on bikes, and there's not too many scenes that actually take place where we're off the bikes.
Very impressive.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you volunteered to actually toss yourself through a taxi window, am I?
Volunteer.
It wasn't quite intentional, the taxi cab incident.
Oh, really? That wasn't a set-up stunt?
No, that actually happened.
No, I got 31 stitches.
Holy crap, I'm sorry.
No, this is quite all right.
Is it legit? I mean, they actually don't use brakes?
Some of them don't.
Yeah, Austin, one of the guys who doubled me, Austin Horse, who's a real bike messenger, he doesn't ride with brakes, but there is something about that it's not just reckless. There is a truth to the fact that a brake can be more dangerous, because a brake gives you the option to hesitate and stop, and that's often where you get into the worst situations. Also, when you don't have a brake on your bike, it forces you to focus more and look, 3 blocks down and be clocking everything.
So you're one of those guys. No brakes.
No, I hate brakes. Brakes and death.
But if you have a girlfriend, you might want to consider putting a brake on, because she might want you alive.
I mean, I've taken bike rides myself, and I know that after a while, my butt starts to hurt. How did you handle the undercarriage situation?
I think I got used to it.
You get used to
was
it.
At the beginning, it was really hard. I remember feeling bruised and complaining every time I got on the bike. But then after a while, you kind of just I don't know if it's because you learn the position better, or your body just
Or your
gets used
butt
to it.
nerves just die.
Sore ass, seat chafing, rashes, who cares? The seats in the Cineplex are super comfy. Grab your bike and ride like hell to Premium Rush.
All the news you need to know.
It's Wednesday, August 22nd, and here are your top stories. First up, YouTube is putting on its big boy pants and is making the move from Rebecca Black and cat videos to politics. Yeah! But don't freak out, you can still get your cat vids. But now the site also wants to be everyone's one-stop shop for this year's presidential election coverage. Today it launched a new channel called YouTube Elections Hub. Basically, it takes all of the important stuff about the race from other newsies like ABC, the New York Times, etc., and puts everything on one YouTube channel. You can watch speeches, debates, conventions, and everything else live on your computer. Now, yesterday Neil told us about how the Obamas homebrewed a secret stash of White House beer. Well, it turns out the president might be legally obligated to go public with his recipe. Yeah, a Reddit user has officially filed a Freedom of Information Act request demanding details on the Obama brew. Basically, the request says that our commander-in-chief needs to reveal the recipe because it is in the public interest to understand the operations and activities of the government, which I guess extends to top secret matters of national security, like making booze with stuff from the White House garden. Look, I am a beer-drinking patriot. As far as I'm concerned, what's good for the prez is good for the country. Yeah! And in a bit of odd world news, a small town in Israel is equipping donkeys with Wi-Fi. You see, the town is a tourist attraction for its ancient ties to the Old Testament, and therefore located far away from any internet access. So, until recently, donkey riding visitors couldn't share photos of their biblical explorations online. Well, now some lucky tour donkeys have wireless routers swinging from their necks so tourists can upload Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pics of the Holy Land, just like people did in biblical times. Can I get an amen? No. And finally, I have a little treat for all of you, but you're going to have to tune in tomorrow to get it. The world premiere of my new Carl's Jr. Hardee's commercial is happening right here on Attack of the Show. It's just one day away. Trust me. me. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm Sarah Underwood. You have just been fed. Stay tuned. Michael Rosenbaum from Hit and Run will be out here in a flash.
Finally, a car chase date movie. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Rosenbaum.
Wow, thank you.
So tell us about the poster.
Well, I'm not on it.
All right.
Not on the poster. They put a guy named Brad Cooper. I don't know if you know him, but he's on it. What? Brad Cooper? Come on, he's a hunk.
Brad Cooper, I get. You got beat by Tom Arnold?
Now you got to rub it in.
No, all right.
Tom's funny. He's probably the
No, I
funniest
know
part of
Tom's
this movie. Did you see the movie?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I
great.
actually legitimately want to see it, though.
I hope so.
I truly do.
Good. It was fun.
When's
My
it coming
name's
out?
on the poster, though, if you get some
I can't
big glasses.
read, yeah. You're friends with Tom Arnold?
We're actually all friends. Dax pretty much hires his friends. But after this makes a lot of money, I don't know if he's going to hire us again. Then he can hire the big ones.
Was there something
Bradley's.
where you had like you did a thing with Tom Arnold, like a recurring gag or something?
What is this?
Like something that Tom Arnold went on Conan and said
Oh, God, yeah. Like the penis thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have, let's call it a propensity. My therapist calls it arrested development at a young age. But, you know, when the friends are over the house, I kind of sometimes when they're watching a movie, I'll hover over them. Let's just say I'm nuts over my friends. You know, sometimes you put the old flesh watch on, you know. You don't do that.
Does anyone ever
I'm a
mistake
child.
it for like a rat?
My penis for a rat?
Or a mouse or something?
I hope
What kind
not.
Well, how do people, what's the best reaction you've ever gotten? Do people go like, oh?
One time I think I put it in a hot dog. No, that wasn't me. That was someone else. That was Tom's other assistant.
Yeah.
No, I think I've gotten like, oh my God, is that your penis? As they're staring, though. Why do they stare? It's like they want to see it. That's what's weird. It's not me showing it. It's them going, is that your penis?
I like how you've convinced yourself that people want to see it.
I don't
like,
do it all the
people
time.
want to see
Close
it.
friends, Neil. Close
All right,
friends.
fair enough.
You're not going to see my penis if you're... well, I'll show you. Or definitely you.
Yeah.
I mean, but not everybody gets to see it. It's...
All right, it's a car movie.
You get all serious. All right, hang on.
No.
Penis.
Seriously, enough penis.
Car.
Seriously, bring it in. Car movie. Do you know anything about cars?
I know dick about cars. No, it's true. I sat in a car in between takes with Dax and Kristen. I'm like, Dax, is $300 too much for an oil change at Jiffy Lube? He's like, dude. He goes, please tell me you know how to change your oil. I go, and Kristen's like, really? You don't? I go, don't even say you know how to change your oil, Kristen. You learn from watching him. That's true. He knows everything about cars, though.
Yeah.
You want to talk 80s music? Kaja Magugu? Let's roll.
Is that you?
Kaja Gugu, not Kaja Magugu.
That's your department?
Yeah, I like 80s, man.
Go, do tell.
What do you want to know?
They said you're 40?
I just went to...
Is that true?
I didn't say it. Don't bleep it. I didn't say it. I stopped myself. Yeah, I had a 40th birthday party, okay, folks? The 8 of you that are here. And I had everybody come. It was, you had to dress 80s. This is Kurt Rambis and I.
What?
And yeah, Kurt Rambis came to my party. Can we zoom in? Can you zoom in? Yeah, we can do it. Come on, let's do it. Oh! And what's funny is Tom Arnold was there dressed up, and the whole party, he thought Kurt Rambis was Phil Jackson pretending he's Kurt Rambis. Yeah, buddy! And he was like, hey, buddy, it's a great costume. You gonna come back and coach the Lakers? What? The whole time he thought it was Phil Jackson.
Tom Arnold did a lot of drugs.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And then what do you got? You're writing and directing and starring.
Yeah, you know what? I've always wanted to do that. So one of the producers from Hit and Run, the movie, Kim Waltrip, loved this script I wrote and goes, let's go make it. I go, really? So we went back to my hometown of Newburgh, Indiana, and we shot a movie at my high school, my sister's house, all my friends' houses, all my friends and family. It was a blast.
Did you clean up with the local girls?
No. No. I didn't have time, man. I had no time for boners. There was just no time. No, seriously, when you're directing and you're the lead actor, it's like, you know, you go to bed, there's no time. You're like, there's a thought, but then, you know.
Nothing? You're telling me nothing?
I might have done the old, you know, flesh watch to someone. You put a girl, but I didn't, you know.
No,
You've
that's
never
not,
done that before?
No, I'm not. I don't. Me and my friends don't play penis game. Like I don't. There's some things are not funny.
Really? Penis isn't funny?
Penis is.
By the way, go ahead.
Go.
No, you go. I was just going to say, how rich are you from Chappelle, creator of... I mean, I was thinking about that. 'Cause that guy is loaded. You dress nicely, but you don't,
I don't go on and on about it.
Right, like I have been.
No, yeah, I'm not, like, obnoxious about it.
But you should invite me to one of your, parties.
One of my penis parties?
If you're having a penis party,
penis
fans are going to love this. Rosamund talks about his penis again. This is why I don't get a ton of work. Get away from my friends.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I did watch some Smallville, but I didn't watch a ton of it. You played Lex Luthor in high school and college.
And, yeah.
Did he, like, do did he ever smoke weed?
Who?
Lex Luthor? Did he ever sell weed or, like, paint houses? Did he do, like, high school?
Subtextually.
Like, deliver
yes.
evil pizza?
Evil pizza? I don't think so. No.
Are you doing a movie?
Am I doing?
Are you doing the? Are you?
You know, they talked about a movie. I think it was a big success, Smallville, thank God. But they talk about movies.
You must be pretty rich.
Because the thing, not as rich. It's cable, and it was the WB, and then the CW. I want to get on a network with more than 2 letters. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I mean, I did fine. I did okay, but I'm not like I don't have you money.
No, who does though?
You money. I don't have you money.
No, of course not. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Rosenbaum.
What a treat.
Hit and run opens today, and now over to Candace.
I don't even know what just happened over there. It's time to attack the stuff that gets wet. So you beat the summer heat with evening walks, but Rin Tin Tin doesn't get to cool off because you lose them in the dark. Well, don't worry. Glow Doggy, an LED dog collar, is your perfect answer. 100% waterproof, this special collar will let you play fetch at the beach even after the sun goes down. Better yet, the LEDs last you thousands of hours, so just keep the batteries fresh and you're good to go. Made from sturdy plastic in a nearly indestructible design, this collar will have you spotting your furry friend for years. Snag a Glow Doggy for your most loyal friend for about $50. All right. Now let's face it. The earbuds that come with your phone suck when it comes to sweating on them, right? Yeah. I know. So why not get the Jabra Sports Bluetooth headset and forget about the annoyance of wet buds? That's right. With U.S. military-grade rain, shock, and dust protection, you can take this Bluetooth headset to any extreme. Blast your jams, take calls mid-run, and speak clearly with the windproof mic design. Basically, if there were a baller-status Bluetooth headset made for super sweaty people in extreme environments, this is your Chuck Norris roundhouse kick for the win. Pick up the Jabra headset for about $70. And finally, summer's almost over, but you can still catch some tubular waves, brah. Why not catch them with the Awa Alea surfboard? It's very hard to say. The Alea is a type of surfboard written in pre-20th century Hawaii. In fact, these bad boys were written in ancient times using a technique called la-la. Yes, that's real, la-la. Which is basically drifting sideways with the wave. The square tail, round nose, and finless design makes the board extremely hard to learn, but surfers around the world say the Alea is so thin it makes you feel like you're gliding on water. Shred some waves kahuna style with the Awa Alea for $470. Now coming up, the Olympus Tough TG1 may be waterproof, shockproof, and dustproof, but is it Matt Myra proof? Stay tuned for Gadgetron to find out. It may be summertime, but that shouldn't stand in the way of hitting the slopes. Not when you've got Ski Safari. In this endless runner for the iPhone, you're a skier attempting to outpace an oncoming avalanche of doom. To help keep you alive, you can hitch rides with Yetis, wolves, penguins, and snowmobiles, each with their own characteristics. Controls are simple. Press the screen to jump over obstacles or hold it down to pull off flips and earn bonus points. You can also earn score multipliers by nailing tricks like surfing on clouds, skating across ice, or snagging coins, which can then be used to buy additional abilities like rockets and jetpacks. You can also unlock achievements, which will give you different animals at the start of each run. So slap on your skis and hit the powder with Ski Safari for only 99 cents in the iTunes App Store.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Rev up your engines. Tiffany Smith sits down with a cast of Hit and Run, including Dax Shepard, Tom Arnold, and Kristen Bell. Then Matt Myra puts Falcon Northwest's latest rig through its paces when he rates the Tiki Gaming PC on Gadgetron. And I get superpowers when I head to Utah State University to try out their wall-crawling spider suit. My spidey senses tingling.
My name is Alex Pardee, and I'm an illustrator.
Alex Pardee is one of the most distinctive voices in today's art world. His unique illustrations can be described as amazingly beautiful, yet incredibly disturbing all at once. So how did this self-described introvert go from self-printing his work on t-shirts to collaborating on $100 million budget Hollywood films? Alex was interested in drawing at a very early age, but it wasn't until his teenage years that he began to channel his artistic voice to overcome his personal struggles.
I was always interested in art generally, but it wasn't until I was about 14 or 15 and I got diagnosed with anxiety disorder and depression, and I had to go into the mental hospital for a few weeks. It made me feel better to draw, so after I got out of there, it was like I still felt bad, so I still wanted to draw, and still, drawing made me feel better. And I wasn't good at it. I didn't care if I ever would be good at it. I just knew that that was something that made me feel better.
He soon realized he wanted to turn his art into a full-time career and began self-publishing comic books and t-shirts under the label I Suck Inc. However, it wasn't until he received the encouragement of one of his idols that Alex decided to fully embrace his new career path.
I ended up sending some of my art in one of my comic books to Sam Keith, who did the maps. I just kind of blindly sent him something, and I got a letter back from him. And it said, I'm sorry I don't have any work for you to do to get paid for, but your work is amazing. Keep it up. I'll see you soon. I just was like, oh my God, this guy told me that my work was okay, so all right, I'm going to now figure out how to do it.
Shortly thereafter, Alex created a comic called Bunny With. It was moderately successful until 2001 when he brought it to Comic-Con, and it became a huge cult hit. Bunny With caught the attention of the band The Used, who then asked Alex to be their art director.
All of a sudden, I was going from having a self-publishing company and doing a couple t-shirts to dealing with executives and budgets and labels, and it was a pretty big jump to go into that, but it was a really good experience to learn that.
After spending time in the music industry, Alex decided to take on a different type of project that would help spread his wings creatively. So he partnered up with Warner Brothers Digital Studios to create an animated web series called Chatham. The show was based on a character Alex had created for The Used and was one of the first to utilize the Unreal Engine in order to bring Alex's designs to life.
I had a friend who worked at Warner Brothers, and he brought Chatham, and then they called me and they were like, we want to do something with this character. I ended up creating the whole storyline and the whole world of Chatham, and it was the first time that I had seen something that originally was just a scribble that I did in a hotel to show a bunch of guys, and it turned into an animated feature.
At this point, it was evident that Alex's career had taken off, but his biggest opportunity to date came when filmmaker Zack Snyder noticed a drawing Alex had done of Dr. Manhattan.
I got a call from him, and he was like, hey, I'm doing this movie called Sucker Punch, and we're in kind of loose pre-production, but we want to announce it, but we don't have any art for it. We came up with this image that I ended up releasing it at Comic-Con to announce the movie. Within a few weeks of these back and forth phone calls, I was designing weapons, and I was designing the sets, and I made this huge stage, and then I was going up to Canada to work on the set, and it was really surreal because I don't even think that I officially worked on the movie.
What you're imagining right now, you control this world.
But don't expect Alex to completely sell out just yet. He's still focused on his gallery work and will be acting as art director for the upcoming Halloween edition of Juxtapose magazine. He also recently released an iPhone app that lets users take normal photos and add Alex's art to create something truly unique. As for the distant future, only Alex knows what lies ahead.
I have like ridiculously big ambitions. My confidence lies in the fact that like I really, really believe in my imagination, and I know that I can take the light that's sitting in front of me and make some weird world around it and make some weird story out of it. And so I really want to explore my imagination in as many different medias as I can, whether it's phone apps or whether it's movies or whether it's making a theme park or video games.
Whatever he does, you can bet we'll be watching closely as Alex Pardee and his unique style continue to evolve.
I hope you learn something, maybe. I don't know.
The Olympus tough TG Wong can take a beating, but let's find out how it deals with constructive criticism.
Looking for a rugged camera that'll survive the rest of your summer adventures? Well, then say hello to the Olympus Tough TG1. This 12-megapixel point-and-shoot is waterproof, shockproof, and dustproof. It also has the ability to shoot full HD video. This heavy-duty camera can be yours for $400.
You guys, it's Matt Mira!
It's all right. My mom still does that. There you go. We don't. There you go, everybody. This is it. This is the rugged TG. Doesn't matter if I do that, because it can handle it, kids. Similar specs to the Nikon AW100 we reviewed back in February. That's right, I pronounced the R in the middle. Nikon did not claim to be crush-proof and dust-proof like this is. It's pretty great.
How much can it take?
220 pounds. That's you, but not me. I would break it. The buttons are a little cramped on the back here. Doors for the battery port, battery and the ports are, they have gaskets, so you're not going to get liquid or dust in there. So that's a good thing, right?
Sure.
Pretty good, right? You want to have a fun summer out in the wilderness, take a picture, go for it.
How rugged do these things need to be? Like,
do they need to be?
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, I don't need a rugged camera. I mean, I drop stuff, sure, but I deal with the fact that I have to go buy a new one. But there are people out there who just want to keep dropping this stuff, and this is a rugged camera. We did a test earlier with water and dirt. Take a look. Dirt, right? You're like, oh my God, I dropped my camera. No problem.
That looks like Kashi at Whole Foods.
It's a whole bunch of organic granola. It tastes about as good, too. It can go up to 40 feet of water. So look at that. That's still good. 6-foot drop, up to 220 pounds of pressure, like we said before. And even after these extreme conditions, it's no problem. The camera will come out. Someone's dropping something over there. They need a rugged camera. That said, the ruggedness is pretty much on par with the other cameras we've tested here. And if you want to go ahead and dunk that in, go for it. I brought one for you. Yeah, just do it. Feels good, right? That felt good, right?
Felt really good.
That felt really good, and it still works. It's my favoriteest thing. Ah, look at that. Overall, it's as rugged as advertised. So good job on that, kids.
How are the pictures?
Pictures are pretty good. The camera stands out as far as the lens is concerned. There are maximum aperture setting of 2.0, which means you're going to get a bunch of light into the camera. So in low light situations, you're going to, that's not a low light situation, that's a very high light situation. ISO sensitivity is a lot higher than its competition, so that's the studio without the studio lights on. 12 megapixel sensor. Pretty low, but then again, megapixels are sort of overrated anyway. And around the lens is this little adapter, which is pretty cool, because you can take this off and load on like a fisheye lens and a wide-angle lens. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I've never seen that on a rugged camera before. And the attachments Olympus offers are actually spec'd with the same ruggedness as the camera itself. So you don't have to worry about breaking the lens if you drop it. So that's pretty cool.
All right, let's say something crazy's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to take a picture of this.
Someone's got to see this, yep.
How long does it take from, like, idea
off?
to, yeah.
Okay, from crazy thing you have to take a picture of to taking a picture, 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. It is very good shooting performance. So you can turn it on, and 2 seconds later, you're going to get your first shot. And then after that, 1 second between shots, which is pretty good. With the flash on, there's a little bit more lag. While shooting in burst mode, you can get 5 frames per second at full resolution. And then that goes down to you can down-res it to 3 megapixels and shoot up to 60 frames per second.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So if you want to make 60 pictures per second, you can totally do that.
Not good pictures.
No, they'd be 3 megapixels, which would be a little bit better than the first iPhone, but worse than the second iPhone. That's how I rate everything.
iPhone historian.
That's right.
And what kind of, it's a cell phone too, is right, correct?
No, it's not, but it's
What?
GPS, just like your phone. That's right, kids, the government can track you with this. It works really well. It's a good feature for a camera like this. The downside is it's buried in the menu settings, so you have to go in there to find it. And the GPS stays on when you turn the camera off. So it will find you regardless. So just throw it out the window over a bridge and you'll be good.
Oh, so you could find, that's in case you lose it.
No, I think it's just for the government to track you. I might be wrong. But yeah, no, it's GPS. So like if you're in the Grand Canyon and you want to know where you took the picture of the donkey.
What if you're dying and starving?
Yeah.
You take pictures?
Yep.
And people will know where
they'll know where you died and starved.
It's pretty exciting.
It's pretty good stuff, right?
That's a great camera. You know what? That sold me on it.
Well, there you go.
You can get the Olympus Tough TG1 for $399. Matt, what's the verdict?
We are going to give this a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it's one of the better rugged cameras on the market. Low light photos are really good. That being said, the ruggedness is good for what you're getting for the money, but it's sort of on the high end of the price range. So something like the Nikon AW100, that was $249. So it does sort of the same thing. I'm saying maybe go get that instead. But this is still a very good camera.
No, it's 4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Very good camera.
Super hot.
Yeah.
You guys, thank Matt Myra.
That's it for today's Gadgetron. If you have a gadget you would like us to rate, email us at gadgetron@g4tv.com.
Ew, Matt, you got the surface all
it is
wet.
pretty gross.
I get that a lot. I'm sorry.
When climbing, may I?
You may go.
All
right.
When climbing the ladder of success, normally the whole idea is to be successful.
But where's the fun in that? It's time for today's epic fail. That's gotta hurt. Thanks to our guests, Michael Rosenbaum, Rocky Agrul, Matt Myra, and Sarah Underwood. Did you have a good day?
You guys, good night,